Good afternoon. Welcome to the Midday Mull for Tuesday, the 14th of March. Robert Murray McShane, as part of his readings, has us reading Exodus chapter 25, God giving Moses the instructions about the tabernacle and its furnishings. And it's an interesting chapter. It begins, the Lord said to Moses, "Tell the Israelites to bring me an offering. You are to receive the offering for me from each person whose heart prompts them to give." They are to bring gold and silver and to bring all the stuff. And then as you read what you're to do with it, he says, then have them make a chest of acacia wood, 2.5 cubits long, 1.5 cubits wide, and 1.5 cubits high. Overlay it with pure gold, both inside and out. Make a gold molding around it. And he goes into a lot of detail of what the ark should look like. And as you continue reading, there's great detail, the table of offering, how high it should be, how it should be carried, what you should do with it, that all the tongs and things must be of gold. The tabernacle itself must be this long, this high, this wide, made of this stuff. And as you read and you go through the Old Testament, the sacrifices are detailed. If you're bringing a fellowship offering, you're to bring a lamb or a goat 1 year old, and it's got to be perfect, and you must offer this with it and bring this much of a grain offering and so much incense and olive oil. The details are quite specific. And yet in the giving, it is let people bring what their heart prompts them to give. And that's interesting, because God could have said, tell every male over 50 years old to bring this much gold and every female over 50 years old to bring that much silver. Tell the people of this age. He could have been as specific in the giving as he is in what you do with it. But he says, no, let people bring what their heart prompts them to give. And God doesn't change. He doesn't say to us today, you have to do this for me, you have to do that for me. And if you think about it, it doesn't anywhere in the Bible say you have to go to church on Sunday. I might be setting myself up here, but it doesn't. He wants your heart to move you, that you want to go to church, you want to step into his presence, you want to focus on him, you want to worship him, you want to hear and fellowship with the other believers. It has to be your heart wanting you to do that. As you read the scriptures, it doesn't anywhere say you've got to read X number of verses or X chapters a day. It doesn't. It just says read the scriptures, get to know the scriptures, get to love the scriptures, because that's our food, that shapes our lives. But your heart's got to be in it. And I think if you were to sit down and say, oh, I have to follow Robert Murray McShane's readings and there's 2 chapters, I have to read them, sit down and read. And your heart's not in it and you're not looking for anything out of it, and I think you might well be wasting your time. I suppose there is a certain value in having a habit, and you do things because it's your habit, and you develop the habit when your heart was in it, and you're praying, God, put my heart back into it. God, I'm reading these chapters, my heart's not really in it, change my heart, oh God. That'll work. But as you follow God, he wants you to bring, in terms of your time, in terms of your giving, in terms of your offering, in terms of whatever it is you do for him, to do what your heart prompts you to do, because that is the offering that is pleasing to him. So be encouraged, be challenged, be blessed.